Hello everyone, it's Kay here and I'm here today with something rather special. I'm excited, I'm full of trepidation and all the things that go with it, as I am here to share with you something very special. I was approached by Andrea, who is Artymaze, following my Halloween album, who has asked me if I would like to join her design team, and I went from being absolutely ecstatic to thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do, and all the usual querulous things that come with I've got to get this right and all the rest of it. So bear with me. I have worked on Andrea's brand new Christmas kit, and I kid you not, it is such a delight. I'm here at the wrong time of the day, but it is dimpsy outside anyway and not the best, so we are going to get a little bit of shadowing and that kind of thing from the tripod legs, but hopefully I've got it so that it won't interrupt too much in what I'm sharing. Now, Andrea, as everyone knows, is Artymaze. She's got a phenomenal page on Facebook. She does a lot of digital kits, but she is a significant artist in her own right, and anybody that is following her YouTube channel and that kind of thing just knows what a wonderful crafter she is. So I was absolutely thrilled to think that I might be part of her digital design team, and have gone on to make an album with the digital papers, of which there are some here, just so you can get a taste of the standard that's involved there. This is Oh Christmas Tree and Silent Night, with the music, the words and so on to the carol. Then there is another thing here that could be utilised as a little book with gorgeous digital prints on it. It is a vintage themed Christmas. It's not current and modern and all the rest of it. A little bit of wordage here to put into your album or junk journal as you wish. Old Santa Claus, Silent Night, No Christmas Tree. Lovely decorative angel here, and there are several different ones throughout the kit. Some lovely little postcard shaped ephemera that can be utilised in any way you like. Tags, there are aplenty. A more sedate style of postcard, as it would have been in the day, with snow scenes and the old-fashioned writing, ideal for journaling, whatever you like. Tags, as I said, and then there are some smaller pieces of ephemera here, postage stamps, little stickers and little things that you could turn into stickers, and little booklets, and just small items that you can utilise to decorate whatever it is you're working on. I did want to make a full journal, or album, not a junk journal this time, because Christmas is such a special time of the year and I like to do it justice where I can. And it is quite a significant album. I've been at it for quite a while now, probably a good week, I would say. I can't bring the camera in any closer because if I do, it's going to blur. But what I can do is give you some dimensions on the album, and it is 5 3/4 approximately by 8 3/4, and the spine is just over 2.5, and it has been my pleasure to fill it up with as much as I could from the kit. I've used a Christmas green internal aspect to the album, but I did want the black and gold as the cover, because in the olden days, of course, they didn't have a whole lot of colour to play with. It was all quite muted, and it was all not very vibrant. So this is what I chose to use as the front cover. It's got the postcard in the background, the robin on the log wishing you a Merry Christmas. The postcard here, you'll see I've glossy accented here and there just to pick up what I consider to be the more pertinent points. Always the gold mirror board because I think it is so festive and lovely. And then I did this lovely little die cut here of the Christmas tree, and there is some very muted tiny little flat back gems going down through the centre of the Christmas tree, but none of that detracts from the overall message that Andrea Artymaze has designed, and that is of a vintage Christmas. On the side I've used another piece of Christmas paper with the gold around, some of this lovely fluffy trim. I don't know quite what it is. I got it in the works, or no I didn't, I got it in my local store. A couple of little wooden quite chunky, as you can see from the dimensions there, some snowflakes, and then I just threaded some sparkly twinkly beads on just to add to the overall festivity, and I do think that works quite well. Only the top one of the snowflakes is actually anchored down, and that's leaving the bottom and the beads freestanding, albeit they're on cord. And then there's a tiny little green snowflake on the bottom, and that's the colour that I've used inside. And then on the back the theme continues with the first class mail scenario, this gorgeous spray of holly with the berries, and I just thought, right, I'm gonna, even though it's the back, I'll just put some more of the glossy accents on because it's not going to be harmed if it's laid down flat anyway. It's held together with this lovely rich red ribbon and 2 metal grommets to keep it all in place. I do need to trim that up a little bit. I just folded over the edges of the ribbon and then glued it down, as you can see. And then we start with the main body of the album, and I don't want to bore anyone, I don't want you to miss anything, but I do understand that going through these journals can be a bit tedious, but I do hope that you bear with me for as long as you possibly can, if nothing else than to actually see the glory of the kit in all its wonder. I have utilised things like these little baubles from a die, but I've centred them with images from the die kit. That's Santa Claus, as you can see there, another one over here with the holly, and none of it, I hope, is taking away from the digital items that Andrea has put together. I cut out, did I cut out this one? No, this is all part and parcel of the same page. Little bit of lace just on the front and back to help strengthen the areas that tend to get overly used, and then you go inside here and now you begin to see the green, and I've just cut out through the card these little snowflakes again. I've done a little waterfall of different Santa Clauses in all their glory, and they really are stunning. It really is typical old vintage style Christmas decoration, but I only wanted to put 3 there, and that's with the December 25th. We've then got some coffee dyed papers which I lightly stamped. Here are the angels coming into their own, plenty of room for writing, adding photographs and that kind of thing too. As always, it's a must to personalise something like this. A little jotting area here with a little advert on the top of the page. All of these things have been cut down slightly because I didn't want them taking over what I'm considering to be the writing area of the album. Then we get right back into the fullness of the Artymaze design work, and I've got a little glassine envelope here with a lovely little sticker stamp on the front. It's got a little bit bashed while I was stitching everything together. A little coin wallet here, nothing inside, but that doesn't mean to say it can't be filled at some point. A very plain pocket because I wanted this wonderful image at the top here to be the star of the page, and it is a very beautiful angel clutching her little spray of holly and the berries with the wings and everything. The lined paper is there. There is some faint script, but nothing that would interrupt you writing on the page if that's what was required. And then on to the next page. This is the little angel that I cut out. Need a bit of glue here. The foot is popped up. I just cut out this little figurine. I just think it's so sweet and in keeping with airmail and the wings and that kind of thing. Then there's this lovely pocket here. I've put there is a tag to go with it, which I've put somewhere else when it all fell out, but I will come back to that and show you when we come across it. Again, a little bauble at the top here. This component is a complete cutout. You get within the kit the backing, so you could use it as a freestanding tag. The little pocket area here that I've just put a little snowflake on, and then a tag, so it would look super gorgeous on an ordinary tag if that's how you wanted to load it up. And then there's one of the little paperclip flips here, plain inside. This then is magnetized, and you just fold it back, fold it forward, so it's quite lengthy. And there you have some more Christmas music. If I bring it in that way, Santa Claus, and the top part of the pocket, and the magnet is actually hidden in amongst this lovely glittery snowflake. So if I show you from that way on, you'll get the gist of how large the whole thing is, but it works beautifully well with the mirror card just flashing out the image and keeping it all very, very festive. It doesn't need glitter on any of the design work. The design work is gorgeous, it really is. Then there's a young lady on the bottom here, and I did just bring in the lace on this particular one just to make a faux pocket, or make it look like a faux pocket. And it's a very glamorous young lady wishing everyone a happy Christmas. Then on to some more paper for writing on or adding bits and pieces to, and I just took this little hedgerow stamp that I've had for the longest time, a bit more stamping. I've used a punch, a different punch for a decorative edge, a lovely pink Santa Claus up in the corner here. Nobody said that he had to wear bright red in that period, obviously, so you know he's obviously a trendsetter in his own right. And then more of the decorative pages. I've used a bit more of that trim to put another little bauble in situ with the golden string, and then this lovely image from Artymaze in the centre, which sets it all off very nicely. Some more of the beads that I have on the front, and in the light you can see how much they sparkle, and there's purple and green in this clear cobalt colour that brings out a kind of pinky hue and just keeps the festivity moving forward. A lovely little page here with the little children on their Christmas bike. And again, ever onward. Some of the pages I've left absolutely clear. Others I've just utilised images from the kit just to decorate the pages somewhat and keep the interest going. Oh, I've caught that beautifully there. I'll try and undo that with my heat tool and set it free. It's obviously, oh, I've done it. It's obviously dribbled a little bit. Then there's a lovely page here with the little birds at the top and the rose. And again, there is a little bit of the very lovely, forgotten what it's called. You know what I mean, that I used on the front. Oh my word. Glossy accents. Thank you very much. I had to look over my shoulder. Oh dear. And then that's the back page of that little signature. There are 3 altogether. I have used some more of the paper on the spine so there aren't too many blank areas. And then this is the final signature, and it is a lot more fussy than the other 2. It's got December 25th. Another of those lovely Christmas trees on the front, just adorning this very lovely holly, ivy and mistletoe in the background in this muted grey colour. So lovely. Then you open it up and there is another pocket with a wonderful envelope, and inside the envelope are some more images of Santa Claus. They're not backed or anything, just little pieces that you can journal on if you've a mind to, and just keep safe in the envelope, away from prying eyes perhaps, or just somewhere to keep little jottings that are personal to a significant event. Another, oh, that's a lovely Merry Christmas at the top here, very fulsome and inviting. Another little banner part here over the pocket, and then in this little one there are a couple of the angels. I just think they are so of the age. It is really glamorous and lovely. Clearly you could go on and decorate them out of existence. They lend themselves to glitter and glossy accents and all that kind of thing, but you have to draw the line somewhere and not make it too gaudy or, you know, overdo it and take away from the overall design. There's another of the lovely envelopes here, and in here I have backed these with the black card because it's more postcard. They are, however, clear on the back, so if you wanted to add photographs, then clearly that can be done. I'll put that back in there. I've just used a variety of punches and things just to keep everything ticking over. Am I doing this right? Oh yes. Then we come on to this centre spread of this signature, and I've just done another little bauble here with Santa Claus, and this actually opens up like so. So you've got a lovely double pocket arena here that you can just put some little small things, not too bulky, into. 2 pages where you can write to your heart's content if that's what you want to do. And then on this side is a lovely little flip book with another of the paperclip little flips there, and then some scrappy-doo bits of paper, some coffee dyed, some absolutely plain, for jotting little notes on. And it goes on and on and on, but over it goes, and then it just folds up together really nicely. Over to the other side, and we've got an Yvonne Preston flip here that I adore, and you just, I think I've probably stuck that over too much, but this is a little bit of napkin wear that I've just ripped apart and put onto the coffee dyed paper. I've utilised another sprig of the holly and berries to keep it all tickety-boo, and cut out, fussy cut around Santa up here with his tree sprigs and all the rest of it. I'm just hoping you are seeing all this wonderful design work by Andrea. Then there is another little pocket here, and inside the pocket it is absolutely clear, but it is quite deep, and again it is Silent Night and Oh Christmas Tree, but this time it's got some pink and green. I think it's the music and words have been done over another piece of the holly and berries paper in a muted way. And then another envelope. This one is actually empty, ready to put some lovely little bits and pieces in, all ready for post festivities, so to speak. And then another of the trees. I felt I had to put the tree there again because it is such a main feature of Christmas. And again, it's the holly and ivy and mistletoe in the background of the paper. This is the final page of that one with the baubles. And then by hook or by crook, I was going to utilise my tags, and I've just got an open decorative jump ring here, and I've threaded a jump ring through each of the tied stringed areas of the tag, and they all just sit there freestanding, and they just, you know, fit into the great scheme of things really nicely. But I kind of ran out of places to put things, but it is bothering me that I'm missing the tag I was talking to you about in the first signature. I've probably put it down somewhere, because if you could have seen my work area, it did rather look as if it had been taken over and being royally sifted through and chucked around everywhere, which of course is what happens when you're doing this kind of work. But I will find it, and it will go back into that pocket. It's just bothering me that I've put it somewhere and now I can't find it, because it does make a wonderful feature in that area. However, you got a second little glance there of everything. Now it's gone. Okay, well, that will be put back in, but I hope you've enjoyed this little walkthrough of this stunning digital kit. There are add-ons for it. There is absolutely no need to be intimidated by digital kits or to feel that you are taking shortcuts into making this kind of thing, because at the end of the day, the designer does the design work and then you put it all together to put your own seal on it to make it a done deal. So, you know, as I say, I hope you've enjoyed this flip through. It was immensely fun to put it all together and now to share it with you. So I hope you're not disappointed in my first DT project for Artymaze. I hope to come up with more in the not too distant future, but with Christmas coming and people wanting to get started on special Christmas projects, I felt I needed to do the album first, so that if that appeals to you, you can get it from Andrea's store. So thank you very much for joining me. Apologies for my phone. Take care everyone. Happy crafting.